Hey there, today we're going to look at on how to mosaic multiple images together into one seamless image. And so with this is, I have 4 different tip files that have all been brought in here. They're all joined next to the side. You can see here as I'm turning them on and off that they line up with one another for it. And so inside Erdas Imagine here, we have this little mosaicing tool that's underneath this raster tab. So you got brought in right here under the home tab. And so you just come over here to the raster, and right below it is mosaic. And so you just click on the little arrow for mosaic, and you have a couple different options right here. And so what I spend most of my time with is either Mosaic Pro or Mosaic Pro from 2D View. This will both take you to the exact same program. The only difference is that if you already have stuff loaded into your viewer right here, you can click 2D View and it automatically brings it straight into the mosaicing device. So that's what we're just going to click here, and you see here it just automatically populated with the 4 images that I had in my view. If you want to see what these are, you can just click this button right here where it says Display Raster Images. And then you just come on down here to this little table. And right here is this little column. You see it says VIS on it, so if it's visible. And you just click on these little boxes here to check them. And as you can see here, as I'm checking them, they're appearing. And there they all are. So you have this little light blue lines that kind of show you the finding area for them. And so there's a lot of other tools and buttons up here. You can actually save this Mosaic Pro file, and so when you open up the Mosaic Pro tool again, you can load this file, and it already has all these images and all your options and everything already set. But we're not going to really worry about that right now. If you had images that overlaid one another, so if there was like a 10 or 20% overlap, like a lot with what Landsat images have, you'd want to generate seam lines, which is what this will do right here for you. And then next to it, you get to start editing the seam lines as well. And so the only thing that does is that it just shoots the line right in between where the 2 images overlap. And so that will help out with your mosaicing. There's a bunch of different options you have. You can kind of zoom and pan around inside of here. You can mess with the histograms, any of the color options for individual images, or even for the output itself. You can even change the output type. It could be like 8-bit unassigned, 16, 32. I mean, kind of like however you're wanting it to be. So see right here, you can look output data type. You can see here all of your different options that you have for it. You can even select the layers. So like these images are all 4-band images, so red, green, blue, near infrared. If you don't want all 4 of them being used in mosaicing, you could just maybe choose one, or you can choose 1, 3, and 4, or whatever combination you want in your new output file here. But we're just going to leave all the settings normal, and we're just going to run this like any other process would be ran by clicking that little lightning bolt. And then now this output file name will appear, so you have to kind of give this a name of what you want to call this. And so we're just going to call this trial 1. It doesn't matter what extension you have for it. Sometimes these extensions do have file size limits like the TIFF does. And so typically your best bet is going with a IMG image. Those are usually pretty large. And so we'll click OK. Here, and our process list just popped up, so it's running right now. You can see it's going. This usually doesn't take too long to run. Your process list will quickly build up over time as you're doing more and more processes, and sometimes it can get overly cluttered, and so that's why down here you have like these little icons for like dismiss or kill. So if I click this, you see highlighted, and this kill button becomes active, so I can actually stop this process right now by hitting kill. Or once it gets done, the state will change to done. Progress will say 100%, and this dismiss button will become active, and so you can actually dismiss it from your process list. Alright, and so now you can see that it says done, so we can just hit close. We can just go ahead and exit out of this Mosaic Pro window. Save changes before closing. I'm not worried about it, so I'm going to say no. And now what we can do here is just right click in our viewer and go to open raster layer and go to recent, and there you can see right there it is. That's your output, just right there at the top of your recent, and just click OK. and click OK again. And then now we have to turn these four off, and then there's your image. So if I turn this off, you see it's gone. So that is your image. And so if you wanted to do mosaicing and you didn't want to load everything into your viewer first, because sometimes it wants to generate pyramids and some things like that, maybe you don't want to do it. So you just go to Mosaic Pro, and you would just go to Edit, and you go to Add Images, or you can delete your images or sort. And there's lots of different options all throughout here. Erdas Imagine is an extremely strong program when it comes to mosaicing, especially with all the options that it has. And so there is a quick introduction to mosaicing with Erdas Imagine.